Welcome to Smith Theater and the Waldorf University Theater Department's production of Romeo and Juliet. The recording of this show through any means is strictly prohibited. Please take the time now to turn off all electronic devices. There will be one 15-minute intermission. Our next production will be Picasso at the Locano Gio, February 13th through the 16th. Now sit back and enjoy Romeo and Juliet.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventure pity overthrows, doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage. Those of you with patient ears shall attend, those without, our toil shall strive to bend.
Gregory, on my word, will not carry coals.
No, for then we should be colliers.
I mean, and we be in collar will draw.
Aye, as long as thou lives, draw thy neck out of collar.
I strike quickly, we move.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
A dog to the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away.
Or a dog of the house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any manner made of Montagues.
That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall.
'Tis true. Therefore, women, being the weaker vessels, are thrust towards the wall. I will take Montague's men from the wall, and thrust their maids towards the wall.
The quarrel is between our masters and us their men.
'Tis all one. I will show myself a tyrant. When I'm done with the men, I'll be civil with the maids. I'll cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids.
Aye, the heads of the maids. Oh, their maiden heads. Take it what sense thou wilt.
They must take it since that feel it.
Oh, me they shall feel, I'm able to say it. It is known I am a pretty piece of flesh.
'Tis well you are not a fish. Draw thy tool. Here comes the house of the Montagues.
My raking weapon is up. Quarrel and back.
Ouch, am I back and run through me?
Don't marry, I fear thee. Let us take the law of our sides. Let him begin.
I will frown as I pass by, and let him take it as he lists.
Nay, as he dares. It might be coming to him, which is a disgrace to him if he bears it.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir?
Is the law on our side if I say I?
No.
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
Oh, but if you do, sir, I am for you. I serve a good a man as you.
No better.
Well, sir.
See better. Which one of my masters keys?
Ah, yes, better, sir.
You lie.
Draw if you be man. Gregory, remember thy washing glove. Hush, fools! Put up thy swords, you know not what you do.
What art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio, look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or men should depart these men with me.
What drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Have at me, coward!
What noise is this? Give me my long sword.
A crutch. I call you for sword.
My sword, I say. Old Montague has come and flourished his blade in spite of me. Thou Billy Captain Lex, holding not let him go.
Rebellious subjects! Enemies to the peace! Throw your mistempered weapons to the ground! And hear the sentence of your moved prince! 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, making Verona's ancient citizens cankered with peace to part your cankered hate. If ever you disturb the quiet of our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. But this time, all the rest depart. Capulet, you shall come along with me, and Montague, come you this afternoon to know our farther pleasure in this case. Once again, on pain of death, all depart!
Who set this antiquarian brooch? Speak, nephew. Will you buy when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversaries, and yours close ere that approach. I drew apart them, and in the instant came a fiery Tybalt, with his sword prepared. And as he breathed defiance in my ears, he swung about his head and cut the winds, as we were interchanging thrust and blow, till the prince came and parted me apart.
But where's Romeo? Saw him today, right glad I am he was not this way.
An hour before, the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east. A troubled mind brought me walk abroad. So early walking did I see your son. Toward him I made, but he was aware of me and stole away with the bird of the wood.
They have more than there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs. Away from light, hold away my heavy son, and private in his chambers pens himself. Locks up his window, shuts fair daylight out, making himself an artificial night. Black and contentious must his humor prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the
I don't know it, and I can learn of him.
I can importune him by any means.
By myself and man of friends, but he is affectionate counselor. It is to himself so secret and so close, so far from sounding and discovery, who we but learn from whence his sorrow grow, who will as willingly give cure as know.
See where he comes. So please you, step aside. I'll know his grievance, so be much denied.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But news struck nigh. I mean, the sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went ahead so fast?
It was. Tell me, what sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that what having makes them short.
In love?
Out of love. Out of what favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view, to be so tyrannous and rough and fruit.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still should without eyes see pathways to his will. I mean, what frames here? Yet tell me not, for I've heard it all. Here's much less to do with hate and more with love. Kind then. Oh, brawling love, loving hate, of anything else nothing first, create. Heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms. Feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick hell, still waking sleep. That's not what this is. It's love that I feel. I feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cause I'd rather weep.
Good heart, at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why then is love's true transgression? Griefs of my own lie heavy in my breast. This love that thou hast shown me adds much more grief to too much of mine own. Love is fume under lover's sighs, being purged a fire sparkling in lover's eyes, being vexed to see nourished with loving tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall and persevered sweet. Farewell, cousin.
Soft, I will go along. But if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
I am not here. I have lost myself. Romeo is some other way.
Tell me, in sadness, who is it that you love?
What, shall I groan and tell thee?
Grown, I know, but sadly, tell me who.
In sadness, as I do love a woman.
I am so near when I suppose you love.
And a right good marksman. She's fair, I love.
A right fair mark, there comes the soonest hit.
When that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. From love's childish bow she lives uncharmed.
She has still sworn to live chase.
She hath. And in such sparring creates huge waste. For beauty starved of her severity, cuts beauty off of all posterity. She's too wise, too fair, wisely too fair, to merit bliss by making me despair.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty into thine eyes. Examine other beauties.
A man struck and blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine or else die in debt.
What Montague is bound as well as I, and penalty alike. 'Tis not hard, I think, for men so old as we to keep the peace.
A honorable reckoning are you both. A pity 'tis you limit on so long. But now, my lord, what say to my suit?
I say over what I have said before. My child is yet a stranger in the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers with her in thy pride. Every may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she, her happy mother's name.
And too soon man are those so really made. Earth hath swallowed all my hopes, but she's the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part, and she agreed within her scope of choice lies my fair and according voice. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I've invited many a guest as I love, and you among the store. Among fresh funnel beds shall you inherit this night. Here all see, and like her most, whose merit most shall be. Come, go with me.
Thoughts, man. One fire burns out another's burning. One's pain is lessened by another's anguish. Turn giddy and be helped by backward turning. One desperate grief cures another's languish. Take some new infection to thy eye, and the rank poison of old will die.
Your plantain leaf will be excellent for that.
For what, I pray thee?
For your broken shin.
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Locked away in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented, and... You mean, good fellow?
Good evening, sir. Can you read?
Aye, my own fortune is my misery.
Perhaps you learn with no book. But pray, can you read what you see?
Aye, if I know the letters and the language.
Say honestly, rest ye merry.
Say, fellow, I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline and Livia, Signor Valentio and his cousin Tybalt. The fair assembly, whither should they come?
Up
Whither? To supper?
to our house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, or should I say that before?
Now I tell you without asking, my master is the great rich Capulet. And if you be not of the house of Montague, I pray you come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
And at that same feast of Capulets, sups at their Rosaline which thou lovest, and all the other admired beauties of Rome. Go thither, unattained eye, compare her face to some that I shall show, and I shall make thee think thy swan a crow.
And the devout religion of my eye maintains such falsehoods and turns tears to fire. Those who often drown could never die. Transparent heretics, eager for liars. One fairer than my love? We all seen sight, and I saw such a sight since first the world began.
Tuts, man, you saw her fair, none else being by. Herself poised in herself, and either eye. But in that crystal scales, let there be weighed your lady's love against some other maid.
Come along, no sight being shown. Rejoice in the splendor of my own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now by my maidenhead, 12-year-old I bade her come. What lamb? What ladybird? God forbid, where is this girl? What Juliet?
How now?
Who calls? Your mother. Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give the while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered thou's here our counsel, and thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age into an hour.
She's not 14.
Oh, lay 14 of my teeth, though to my teeth he had spoken on half before. She's not yet 14. How long is it now to Lemstead?
And a fortnight and odd days.
Well, even abroad, of all days in the year, come let us see that night she shall be 14. Susan and she, oh,
God bless all Christian souls.
we're of an age. Well, Susan is with God. She's
She's too good for me.
But as I said, come let us see that night she shall be 14. I remember when she could have run and waddled all about, for even the day before she fell and broke her brow. And my husband, oh God bless him, he was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backwards when thou hast more wit, will thou not, Jewel? And by my holiday, the pretty little wretch left crying, and said I. Oh, to see now how such a jest should come about.
Enough of this. I pray thee, hold thy peace.
Oh yes, madam, but I cannot choose but laugh to think it should leave crying and say I. And yet I warrant it had upon its brow a bump as big as a young cockerel stone. Oh, a perilous knock, and it cried bitterly. Yea, quoth my husband, fallest upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backwards when thou comest to age, will thou not, Jewel? And it stinted and said I.
Spin thou too, I pray thee. For her sake, I.
Oh, peace I have done. Thou wast the prettiest babe that I ever did nurse. And I should look to see thee married once I have my wish.
Mary. But Mary is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
An honor. Were not I thine only nurse, I would say thou hast sucked wisdom from thy teeth.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady, oh, such a man is all the world.
Verona's summer hath not such a flower.
Nay, he is a flower, a very flower.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris's love? This night you shall behold him at our feast, read o'er the volume of young Paris's face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament, and see how one another lends content. And what obscured in this fair volume lies, find written in the margin of his eyes, this precious book of love, this unbound lover. To beautify him only lacks a cover, and by having him making yourself no less.
No less, nay, bigger, women controlled by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris's love?
I'll look to like, if looking like you move, but no more deep will I darken mine eye than your consent give strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come. Supper served up. I beseech you follow straight. We follow thee. Juliet, the county says.
Oh, girl, seek happy nights to happy days.
What, shall the speech we spoke of in our excuse, or shall we on without apology?
The date is out of such felicity. We'll have no Cupid hooded for the scar, bearing a card of painted gold laugh, scaring the women away like cruel kings. No, we shall go and let them measure us by what they will, and we'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Torture me. I'm not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance!
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, which takes me to the ground. I cannot move.
You are a lover! Borrow Cupid's wings and soar above them a common bound!
To soar. In pierce with his shaft to soar with his light feathers, and so bound under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love? Too great aggression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It's too ripe, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love! Prick love for fricking and you beat love dirt.
Knock and enter, and no sooner in, but every man betakes him to his legs.
A torch for me. Let wanton's light heart tingle the senseless rushing to their heels. I'll be a candle holder and look on. The king was never so fair, and I am done.
If thou art done, we'll drag thee from the lyre up to the ears. Come, we burn daylight, ho!
Nay, it is not so.
I mean, sir, in delay, we waste our lights in vain.
You mean well going to this mass, but 'tis no way to go.
Why, may one ask?
I tried to dream tonight.
And so did I.
What was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep, will they do dream things true?
Oh, then I see that Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairies' midwife, and she comes in no shape bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little Tony over men's noses as they lie asleep. And in this state, she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and they dream of love, or courtiers' knees who dream on curtsies straight, or lawyers' fingers who straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips who strain on kisses dream, which off the angry mouth with blisters flake because their breasts with sweet meats tainted are. This is the hag! The women lie on their backs that presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she.
Peace, Mercutio. Thou talkest of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, for the children idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, so thin a substance as air and more inconstant than the wind.
This wind you speak of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early. For my mind must give some consequence, yet hanging in the stars, shall bitterly begin its fearful date with tonight's revels, and expire the term of despised life I close in my breast. But he that hath the steer to my sail direct my course. Onwards, degenerate.
Welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the day that I have won a miser and could tell a whispering tale to a fair lady's ear, such sweet breeze. You're welcome, gentlemen.
What lady doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
She doth teach the torches to burn bright. See, she hangs upon the cheek at night, showing a snowy dove to wheel's crows. Yonder lady over the fellow shows. The measure is done. I will watch her place of stand, and in touching hers make blessed my earthly hand. My heart loved till now. I will swear it is sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty to this night.
This by his voice should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy! What dares the slave come hither covered with an antic face to flee in scorn at our solemnity? Now by the stock and honor of my kin to strike him dead, I will not sin.
How now, kinsman, wherefore storm ye so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite to scorn our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
To see that villain Romeo.
To 10 feet, gentle cousin alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman, and to say truth, grown of Braxton, to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not call the welcome this town here in my house doomed disparagement. Therefore, take no note of him.
Such a villain is a guest, I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured.
What? Uncle,
what the boy say shall? Go to.
But
Am I the master here or you?
Uncle,
go to.
Listen to me.
You'll not endure him, gosling in my soul.
Uncle, 'tis a shame.
Go to. You're a saucy boy. Is it so indeed? Be quiet, or for shame I'll make you quiet.
I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall now seeming sweet convert to bitterest gall.
I should proclaim with unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this. My lips ready stand, two blessings, pilgrims, to smooth thy touch with the tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hands too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints' lips and holy palmers too?
Ah, good pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
And let lips do what hands do.
As saints do not move the grant for prayer's sake.
Do not move my prayers of thank And thus, from my line, my lips by thine, my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from my lips? Trust that sweetly air is beating my sin again.
Kiss by the glove.
Madam,
mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Merry bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and wise and virtuous. I nursed your daughter, you talked with all.
She a captain? Dear account, my life is in my foe's den. Waving arms, what is the best? So I fear. More is my unrest.
I thank you, honest gentleman. Come on then, good night, let's to bed.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
The son and heir of old Tipper.
What's he that follows there?
That be, I think, young Petruchia.
What's he that standing in the door, the one that would not dance?
I know not.
Go ask his name. If he be married, my grapes will be like my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love, sprung from my only hate, too early seen unknown and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a beloved enemy.
Oh, what's this, what's this?
Where am I lung even now of when I danced with all? Juliet!
Come up the way, the strangers are all gone.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? To that dollar. Find thy center out.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo! Romeo!
He is wise, and on my life has stolen home to bed.
You had ran this way and left this orchard wall. Come, good Mercutio.
Nay, a conjure too! Romeo, humor's madman, passion lover, appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. Cry but I, me, pronounce but love. He heareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not. The ape is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, that in thy likeness thou appear to us. And here thou wilt anger. This cannot anger him. My invocation is fair and honest, his mistress' name. I conjure only but to raise him up.
Come, get stolen away amongst these trees. Be exhorted to humorous act. Blindness is love and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now he will sit under a medlar tree, which is mistress and that kind of fruit. Romeo, good night. Till to my truckle bed, this field bed's too cold for me to sleep. Come, Juliet.
Go then. It is in vain to seek that which means not to be found.
Majestic scars that never felt a wound. It's soft. The light through yonder window brings. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Oh, rise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. It is my lady. It is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet says nothing. None of that. Her eye discourses a lancer. I'm too bold. 'Tis not to me whom she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heavens, having some business, do entreat her eyes to sparkle in their spheres until they return. What if they were there? Are they in her head? The brightness of her cheeks would shame those stars.
Ay me.
She speaks. Speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night being o'er my head as a winged messenger of heaven to the white upturned wandering eyes of mortals that fall to gaze on him.
Oh, Romeo. Romeo. Wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not speak but sworn my love, then I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I fear more, or shall I speak of this?
'Tis with thy name that is mine enemy. Not thou art not thyself, though not a Montague. What's a Montague? It is no hand, nor foot, no arm, nor face, no beak, but some other name belonging to a man. What's in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other name would smell as sweet. were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he also without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thyself, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I'll take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I will be new baptized. Henceforth I will never be Romeo.
What man art thou, thus between the night, so stumblest upon thy counsel?
My name, dear saint, I don't know how to tell you who I am. My name is hateful to myself, for it is an enemy to thee. Had I written, I would tear the word.
Mine ears have not yet drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, and yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and the Montague?
Neither, if either they decide.
How camest thou hither? And tell me wherefore the orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and place thee deaf, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
Love's like wings that I approach these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out. And what love does, what love dares attempt, so thy kinsmen are no stop to.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eyes than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, but I am proof against their enmity.
I would it not for the world that they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. And thou but love me. Let them find me here! My life were better ended by their hate than death grove wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest thou out this place?
Love that did first taught me to inquire. He let me counsel, I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, but were thou the finest sea washed upon the furthest shore, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is upon my face, else would a maiden blush to paint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak of it. Dost thou love me? I know. That will say I, and I will take thee at thy word. Yet, if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. At lovers' perjuries this age of laughs. Gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or, if thou thinkst that I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay, but not else will, but not else the world. Therefore, pardon me and impute this yielding to light love which dark night hath so discovered.
By yonder blessed moon I vow, which tips with silver all these fruit trees.
Swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon which monthly changes in her circled o'er, lest that thy love prove likewise aerial.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or if thou wilt, swear by thyself, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
My heart's
Do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too sudden, and too unadvised, too like the lightning, which ceases to be ere one can say that it lightens. Sweet, good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove to be a beauteous flower when we next meet. Good night. Good night, and sweet repose and rest, whether thy heart sat within my breast.
Wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
Exchange of thy love's tender vow for mine.
I already gave thee before thou didst request it, and I would have asked it again.
Thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and to give thee again my bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love is deep. For the more that I give to thee, the more that I have, for it is infinite. I hear some noise within. Montague, be true, 3 words, and good night indeed. If that's thy bent of love, the honorable, thy purpose of marriage, send me word tomorrow. One that I'll procure and come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and at 9 foot all my fortunes I will lay, and I will follow thee and my lord throughout the world. I come anon! But if thou meanest so not well, I do beseech thee, by and by I come, to lead me to my strife and cease my grief. Tomorrow I will send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worst wanting of thy light. Love towards love is like schoolboys from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Romeo's. For a falconer's voice to lure the sasso gentle back again.
It is my soul that calls upon thy name, which is sweetest music to attending ears. My dear,
What o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
by the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 year till then. I did forget why I did call thee back.
You let me stand here till thou remember.
I shall still forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay, still have thee forget, forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone, but no farther than a wanton's burn that lets it hop a little from its hand.
I would thy bird.
Sweet soda. Yet I would kill thee with much cherishing. Sweet, good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say goodbye till tomorrow.
Good night. Sleep low in thy eyes and peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep so sweet to rest. Hence I will go to my ghostly friar's cell. His help to crave, and my dear have to tell.
I must have filled this oyster cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juiced flowers. The earth that's nature's mother is her tomb. What is her burying grave? That is her womb. And within her womb children of divers kinds, be sucking on her natural bosom find, many for many virtues excellent. None but for some, and yet all different. Within the infant rind of this sweet flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For being smelt, in that part cheers each part. Being tasted, stays all senses of the heart. Two such opposed kings encamp them still in, manners and herbs, grace and rude will. And, where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Good morrow, Father.
What early tongue so sweet saluted me? Young son, it argues in his tempered head, so soon the big good morrow to thy bed. Care keeps his watch in every old man's eye, and where care lies, may never lie. Thou art roused with some distemperature, or if not, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
The last was true, the sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Wast thou with Rosaline?
Rosaline, ghostly father, no. I've forgotten that name, and that name's woe.
It is good, my son, but where hast thou been then?
I'll tell you. And thou askest me again, I've been dining with my enemy, where on sudden one had wounded me, that's by me wounded. Both of our remedies within thy holy physique lies. I have no hatred for thee, man, for lo, my intercession likewise steads my foe.
Plain, good son, only in thy trip, riddling confession, find but riddling strip.
Then plainly know that my heart's dear love is set on that of a daughter of a rich Capulet. As mine on hers, as hers is set on mine. How we met, we wooed, we made exchange of vow, I'll tell thee ere we pass, but this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy St. Francis, what a change is here! It is Rosaline that thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken. I see now, young men's love lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. The sun not yet thy sighs from heaven clears, thine own groans yet ringing in mine ancient ears. And ere thou wast thyself in these woes thine, thou and these woes were all for Rosaline. And art thou changed? Pronounce the sentence then. Women may fall where there's no strength in men.
Thou chidest me off for loving Rosaline.
Doting, not loving, pupil mine.
And badest me very love.
Not in a grave. There lay one in another out to have.
Chide me not, I pray thee. Her I love now, doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well. Thy love did read by rote that could not spell. But come, young waverer, come with me. In one respect, all thy assistant be for this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
What the matter sense? I stand on sudden pace.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
Why, that same pale, hard-hearted wench that Rosaline torments him, so he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman to old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
He shall answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he shall answer the letter's master how he dares be dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead. Stab the white wench's black eye, run through the ear with a love song. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
Oh, more than the Prince of Cats. Oh, he's a courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing French song, time, distance, and proportion.
Ah, here comes Romeo.
Without his roe like a dried herring, oh flesh, of thou art fishified. Signor Romeo, bonjour. There's a grand salutation for your French slop. Gave us a counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip, can you not conceive?
Pardon, Mercutio, my business was great last night. And in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's to say, a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hands.
Meaning to curtsy. That was most kindly hidden. Most courteous exposition.
Nay, I'm the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Right.
Why then is my pump wellflower?
Sir Wick, follow me this just now, till thou hast wrapped thy pump. After the single soul was worn, the jest remained. After wearing solely singular.
It was single-souled jest solely, singular for the singleness.
Come between us, Confitfolio, my wits fade.
Switch and spurs are all prime match.
Far wits from the wild goose chase, I am done. For thou hast more the wild goose, a one of thy wits I am sure I have in my whole 5. Was I with you there for the goose?
Thou was never there when thou was not there for the goose.
Fight there for that jest!
Nay, the goose, bite not!
Thy wit is very bitter sweetening. It's a most sharp sauce.
Well, then is it not well served inside the sweet goose?
Now is it better than groaning for love! Now art thou sociable! Now art thou Romeo! Now art thou art by art as well as by nature! This dribbling love is like a great natural that runs along up and down to hide his bottle in a hole!
Stop there! Stop there.
Thou desirest me to stop my tail against the hair.
Thou would else have made thy tail long.
Oh, thou art deceived! I would have made it short. For I have come the whole depth of my tail and meant indeed to occupy the argument no longer.
Well, here's good the gear. A sail.
To a furnace not.
God you good morrow, gentlemen.
God you good evening, fair gentlewoman.
Is it green?
'Tis no less, I tell you, for the body end of the dial is now upon the brink of noon.
Out upon you! What a man are you?
One that God hath made himself to mar.
By my troth, it is well set for himself to mark, quoth he. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I might find young Romeo?
I can tell thee, but the young Romeo will be older when you found him than when you saw him. The youngest of that name felt the worse.
You say well.
Yea, is the worse well? Very well took I, big wisely.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will endeavor to some supper.
Upon, Soho!
What hast thou found?
No hair, sir, unless a hair, sir, in a lenten vibe of something stale, or a scent. Romeo, you come to your father's, will to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell, lady, lady, lady!
Pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
One gentleman nurse that loves to talk and will speak more in a minute than he stands to in a month.
And he speak anything against me, I'll take him down, and were he lustier than he is, and 20 such jacks. And if I can't, I'll find those that shall. Pray you, sir, a word. And as I told you, my young lady bid me inquire you out. What she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell you, If you were to lead her in a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say. For the gentlewoman is young, and if you should deal double with her, it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak deal.
Commend thee to thy mistress, I protest unto thee.
Good heart, and I will tell her as much. Oh, Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What will you tell her? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her some wise to come to Shrib this afternoon, where, at Friar Lawrence's cell, she will be shribbed and married. Here's for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a thing.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there.
And nurse, wait in the abbey. Within an hour my men will be with you. Go, be trustworthy and I will end thy pains. Commend thee to thy mistress.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perhaps she cannot meet it. That is not so. Oh, she is lame! Love's herald should be thought, which 10 times faster flies than the sun's beams driving back shadows over lurid hills. And now the sun is upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 to 12 is 3 long hours. Yet she has not come. Had she the affections of warm and youthful blood, she would be in swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love and his to mine. But old folks, many feign as if they were dead, unwieldy and slow and heavy, and some pale as lead. Oh, here comes my nurse. Oh, honey, nurse, what news hast thou met with them? Why lookest thou sad? Thou news be sad, yet tell them merrily, and news be merry. And thou shamest to me to sweet news by plain to me with so sour a face.
I am a-weary. Give me leave a while. Ay, how my bones ache. Oh, 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 what a jaunt have I.
I would thou hast my bones and I thy news. Nay, I come speak. Good nurse, speak.
Just in what haste can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The news that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale that thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either, and I'll say the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo, no, not he. No, his face be better than any man's. Yet his leg excels all man's, and for a hand and a foot and a body, oh, though they be not to be talked on, yet they are beyond compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, yet I warned him gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, witch, serve God. What, have you dined at home today?
No, but all of this I did know before. What's this you of our marriage? What is that?
Oh, how my head aches! Oh, what a head have I! In pieces that would fall into 20 pieces. Oh, my back! Oh, the other side! Oh, my back! Oh, my back! Beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death while jogging up and down. Oh, my back! My back! Oh.
I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet nurse. What says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
Oh, God, lady dear, are you so hot? Bear come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, to your messages lose yourself.
You're such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
You got leave for a trip today.
I have.
And I convinced to find Lord to sell. There's a husband to make you a wife. Now comes the wanton blood upon your cheeks. There'll be scarlet straight in your ears. Hie you to the church. I must another way to fetch a ladder with which your love must climb when it is dark. Something with grudge and toil in your heart. But you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go to the church. I'll to dinner.
High to high fortune, honest first farewell.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act that after hour with sorrow chide us not.
Amen, amen, but come what sorrow can. Cannot count for the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight. Thou will close our hands in holy words, and let love devouring death do what he shall. Is it not that I may call her mine?
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and, in that taste, confounds the appetite. Therefore love moderately, long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Here comes the lady, oh, so light a foot will ne'er wear out the everlasting flint.
Good even to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
As much to him, else his thanks be too much.
Juliet, confession of thy glory keeps like mine, and thy skills blazing. Sweet the savoring air, and let music which come and hold me magic nothingness that both receive this dear comfort.
Conceit, more richer matter than in words, brags of the substance but not of his ornament. They are beggars that can count their worth, but my true love has gone to such an excess I cannot sum up happiness in the
Come away with me, and we'll make short work, for by your leaves you two shall not be left alone, till Holy Church incorporate two in one.
I pray, Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the capitals are raw. If we leave, we shall not skip brawl. For now, these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows, when he enters the confines of the tavern, claps me of the sword upon the table, and says, God send me no need of thee. And by the operation of the second cup, draws him on the drawer, when indeed there is no need.
And I like such a fellow.
Come, thou art a haunted jack, and thy mood is heady of Italy. And soon moved to be moody, and soon moody to be moved.
And what too?
Nay, nor two such, we should have none shortly, for one would kill the other. Thou wilt quarrel with a man that the hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason but because thou hast hazel eyes. What eye but such an eye inspired such a quarrel? Thy head is full of quarrels, as an egg is full of wheat. And yet thy head would be as addled as an egg for quarreling. Hast quarreled with the man for coughing in the street because he had wakened thy dog to lie asleep in the sun. And yet thou would relieve quarreling.
And I were so apt to quarrel as thou art, any man could buy the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
The fee simple! Oh, simple.
By my head, here comes the Capulets.
By my heel! I hear not.
Follow me close, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, good evening. A word of one of you?
And but one word with one with us, coupled with something, it can word in a blow. You will find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Do you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort! What does that make of us, minstrels? And thou make minstrels of us, so they hear nothing but discourse. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's I shall make you dance.
We talk here in the public honor men. Either withdraw to some private place or reason coldly your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look! And let them gaze, I will not budge for no man's pleasure I.
Peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
I'll be hanged, sir. If he wear your livery, marry no poor fields, he'll be your worship. Your follower, in that sense, may call him man.
Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
The love that I have for thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none. Therefore farewell, I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest. I've never injured thee, but loved thee better than thou canst devise, until thou should know the reason of my love. The capulet king, my tender as dearly as my own. Be satisfied.
Oh, come! Dishonorable, vile submission! Alocicato carries it away.
Tybalt! You rat catcher, will you walk? What wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of cats, nothing.
One of your 9 lives, that I need to make bold withal, as you shall use me hereafter, dry beat the rest of the 8. Will you pluck your sword out of its ill-tried ears? Make haste, lest mine be about your ears ere it be out. I am for you.
Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir. Your posada.
Gentlemen, hold beat down their weapons! Hold, gentlemen! The prince expressly had forbade this fighting in Verona streets! Hold him, good Mercutio!
A flag on both your houses! I'm Spanish, you don't have nothing!
What, art thou hurt?
I scratch, Where's my page? Go, villain, fetch a surgeon!
Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much.
No, it's not so deep. It was a well. Never so wide was a church heart. Is it now? Closer. Ask me tomorrow, and you shall find me a brave man. I never think I warned for this world to plague on both your houses! Why the devil keep you between us? I was hurt under your arm!
All for the best.
Go me to some house in Romeo, where I shall think. Where are both your houses? They have been worms made of me. I haven't been soundly too. Your houses!
This man, my dear friend, and the prince's near ally, hath got his mortal hurt on my behalf. My reputation stained by Tybalt's slander. Tybalt that hour hath been my cousin.
Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate, and in temper softened valor's steel.
Romeo, brave Mercutio is dead. That gallant spirit that aspired the clouds, still untimely here to scorn the earth.
This day's black fate on other days doth depend. This but begin the woe that others must end.
There comes the furious Tybalt, back again.
Alive in triumph, and Mercutio slain.
Away to heaven, respected litany! In fire like fury be my conduct now!
Take the villain back again, which late thou gavest me, for Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads, save for thine to keep him company. Either I, you, or both must go with him.
A wretched boy that didst consort him here, shalt with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Romeo, away, John! The citizens are up and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed, the prince will do thee death if thou art taken hence. Begone away!
Unfortunate fool.
Why dost thou stare?
Where are the vile beginners of this bloody fray?
A noble prince, I can discover all. The unlucky manner of this fatal brawl. Here lies the man, slain by young Romeo, who slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, my cousin, oh my brother's died! The blood is still of our dear kinsman. Prince, as thou art true, for blood of ours shed the blood of Montague. Cousin.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo that spoken fair, bid him to think how nice the quarrel was, and urged with all your high displeasure. All this uttered with gentle breath, calm look, knees humbly bow. Do not take truce with the unruly spleen of Tybalt, death and peace. As he tilts with piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast. And Romeo, he says, "Stop, friends! Friends, part!" Swifter than his tongue, his agile arm beats down their fatal points, and twixt them he rushes, underneath whose arm an envious thrust of Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio. And Tybalt fled. By and by comes back to Romeo, who had but rudely entertained revenge. And to it they go like lightning, where'er I could draw apart them. Stout Tybalt slain. As he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth. Or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false, he speaks not true. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him. He slew Mercutio. Who now the dear price of his blood doth owe?
Not Romeo, prince. Mercutio strangled Falk concludes with Washer and the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses. No longer will tears or prayers purchase our abuses. Therefore, use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he is found, that hour will be his last. Bear hence this body and attend our people. Mercy, but murders, pardon those that kill.
Yeah?
Gallop apace, ye fiery footed steeds, and ruin the cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love before we might, that none of his eyes may wink, and Romeo leap to his arms, untie of and unseen. Lovers may seem to be rare and bright by their own beauties, but when love be blind, it best agrees with night. Come, silly night. Come, thou silver-suited matron in all black, and learn me how to lose a winning match that is played first there at a pair of sailors' maidens. Come, gentle night, come, Romeo, come thou day and night, and when thou wilt fly upon the wings of night, wider than dew snow upon a raven's back. Come, gentle night, come, loving black-browed night, and give me my Romeo. And when I shall die, I will take him and cut him out into little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will agree with night to pay no worship to the garish sun. I have bought the mansion of a love and have not yet possessed it. Though I am sold, and not yet enjoyed. So tedious is this day as poor child hath new robes and is going to a festival and may not wear them yet. Here's my nurse. What news? I need what news. Why dost thou wring thy hands?
He's dead. He's dead. We are undone, lady. We are undone. He's gone. He's killed. He's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Romeo. Who would have ever thought? Romeo.
What devil art thou torment me, thus this torture should be roared in the dismal hell, hath Romeo slain himself? Say thou what I am, that there foul I shall bear more poison than the death-darting eye of a cockatrice. If he be slain, say I, or if not, no brief sounds determine my weal or woe.
Besod with mine eyes, God bless the marqueur on his manly breast. Piteous corse. The bloody piteous corse. So pale as ashes, all bedaubed in blood, all gored, blood up, consumed in the sight.
My heart breaks out at once. Prison, eyes never looked on liberty. Vile earth to earth resign, and Romeo must press one more heavy violence.
Tybalt! Tybalt, the best friend I ever had. A courteous, gentle, honest gentleman. To everything I should like to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and the Sibyl dead? My dearest cousin and my dear lord, for sound the trumpet of General Doom, who is living if those two are gone?
Is gone. Romeo is banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Is it Romeo's hand that shed Sybil's blood? Serpent heart hid with a flowering face. Never a dragon could so fair a cage, beautiful, tyrant, fiend, angelical. Was ever a book containing such a vile matter, so fairly bounded that the sea should dwell in such a gorgeous place?
There is no faith, no trust, no honesty in men. All perjured, all forsworn, all not, all dissemblers. Oh, griefs, sorrows, and woes make me old. Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for uttering such a wish! For he was not born to shame upon his brow. Shame is a shame to sit for 'tis a throne where honor may be crowned.
You speak well of him that killed your cousin.
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? My poor lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours wife, have mangled it? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Back, foolish tears, back to your native spring, is my father and my mother, nurse.
And where we go. Will you go to them? I will bring you thither.
Wash they his wounds with my tears? Mine shall be spent when those are dry for Romeo's banishment. Come, nurse. Out my wedding bed. Death! Not Romeo, take my name.
I'll fight Romeo. To comfort you. I know well where he is. Like you, your Romeo will be here at night. I'll to him. He's hid at Lawrence's side.
And nurse, give my true knight this ring. And bid him come to take his last farewell.
Romeo, come forth. Come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is an ever of thy hearts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Father, what news? What of the prince's doom? What sorrow craves acquaintance in my hand that I yet not know?
Too familiar is my dear son with such sour company. I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom.
What less than doomsday is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment did vanish from his lips, not body's death, but body's banishment.
Banishment? Be merciful, say death. For exile hath much more terror in his love, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Here from Verona art thou banished. Be patient. The world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls. But purgatory, torture, and hell itself.
Deadly sin, rude unthankfulness, this is dear mercy enough, seest it not?
It is torture and not mercy. And it is here where Juliet lives.
On that man, hear me a little speak.
And thou wilt speak again of banishment.
Now, be armor to keep off that word. Adversity, sweet little philosophy, to comfort thee. For thou art banished.
Yet banished. Hang up philosophy. Unless philosophy can make Juliet displant a town, reverse a prince's doom, it helps not, prevails not, talk no more.
See then that madmen have no ears.
How should they when that wise men have no eyes?
Who's there? Romeo, overtaken. Who knocks so hard? Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me come in and you shall know my errand. I come for Lady Juliet.
Well, welcome then.
Here, tell me, O holy fire, where is my Lady Juliet? Where's Romeo?
There on the ground, by his own tears made drunk.
He is even in my mistress's case, just in her case. Awful sympathy, piteous predicament. Even so lies she blubbering and weeping and blubbering. Stand up! Stand up! Stand up, you be a man. For Juliet's sake, for her sake, rise and stand.
Nurse.
Also, death is the end of all.
Speakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Does she not think me an old murderer now that I have stained the childhood of our joy with blood but little removed from her own?
Yes, and weeps, and falls on her bed, and then starts up again, and Tybalt calls, and on Romeo cries, and then fell down.
As if that name were shot from the deadly level of a gun. To murder her as that same cursed hand did murder her kinsman. O tongue, friar, in what part of my anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me that I may stop the hateful
Signs, desperate head, art thou a man? Thy gore cries out there are thine tears are womanish. Thy wild acts know the unreasonable fury of a beast. By my holy order, I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain thyself? Wilt thou slay thyself that thou slay Tybalt, and thy lady that in thy life lives, by doing damned hate upon thyself? By thou shamest thy shame, thy love, thy wit, which like a usurper abounds in all and uses none in that true use indeed. What roused thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee. Thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy. The law that threatens death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy. But, like a misbehaved sullen, wench, thou counts upon thy fortune and thy love. Take heed. Take heed, for such die miserably. Go, Get thee to thy love, ascend her chamber hence, and comfort her. But look that thou say not till the watch be said, for then thou canst not cast a man shore where thou shalt live, till such a time as we can laze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee home. Good nurse, go before. Commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed. Romeo is come.
Lord, I can stay all night to hear good counsel. All that learning is, my lord, I will tell my lady.
Do so. And bid my suite prepared to chide.
Yes, sir. Everything she did, what you said.
Now, how you make haste? It grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this. Go hence. Good night. Here stands all thy sake, either be gone before the watch be set, or disguised from hence sojourn in mansion. Give me thy hand. It's late. Farewell. Good night.
Joy past joy calls out on me, but this grief so brief depart with thee. Farewell.
Things have fallen out so unluckily that we have had no time to move our daughter. Look, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, as did I. Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late, she'll not come down tonight.
These times are well, or no times too low. Madam, good night. Commit me to your daughter.
I will, and don't mind her tomorrow. Tonight she's viewed after her mother's.
Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she will be in all respects ruled by me. Nay, more I doubt it not. Now, wife, go you to her ere you go to bed, and acquaint her here of my son Paris's love, and bid her mark you me on Wednesday next. What's up? What day is this?
Monday, my lord.
Monday. Well, Wednesday's too soon. Oh, Thursday let it be then. Thursday. Tell her she shall be married to this noble earl. Will you be ready? Do you like this haste?
My lord, I would that Thursday for tomorrow.
No, well, Thursday be it, then I'll get you gone. Now, go you to Juliet, ere you go to bed, and prepare her against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord. Good night.
Won't thou be gone? It is not yet midday. It was the nightingale, not the lark, that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Night day she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, that it was the nightingale.
The law, the herald of the morn, O night. Look, what clouds do lace the severing clouds of yonder east? Night's candles are burnt out. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight. I know it. It is some meteor that the sun hath exhaled to be thee on this night a torchbearer to light thee on thy way to Angela. Therefore stay yet, thou needest not yet be gone.
Well, then let me betake you. Let me be put to death. I am content, so thou wilt have it so. It's not the lark whose nose do beat the value to you in heaven so high above our heads. Come, death and welcome. Juliet wills it so. It was not there.
It is. Hie hence, be gone. Away, it was the lark that sings so out of tune, trading harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say that the lark hath made sweet division, but this hath not so, for she delighteth us. Therefore be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam, your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look up.
The window, lifting in and let life out.
But one kiss and I'll go.
Fortune, all men call thee fickle, but if thou art fickle, what dost thou with him that is renowned for faith? Be fickle, Fortune. Therefore, I hope thou wilt not keep them long, but send them back.
Daughter, are you up?
It is my lady mother.
Well, I'm out, Juliet.
I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death. What? Wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore have done. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
So shall you feel the loss, but not the friend for which you weep.
Feeling so the loss, I cannot ever choose but help with the friend.
Little girl, that is because the villain lives which slaughtered him.
What villain is that?
That same villain, Romeo.
Villain and he be many miles asunder. God pardon him, I do with all my heart, for no man like he doth grieve my heart.
It is because the traitor murderer lives.
I, madam, from the reach of these hands would I none but might avenge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not. Send what unnatural, and same banished renegade doth live. Get him an unaccustomed dram, that he shall soon keep Tybalt company, and then I hope thou wilt be satisfied.
Indeed, I shall never be satisfied with Romeo till I behold him dead. Madam, if you could find a man but to bear poison, I would temper it, so that Romeo would, upon receipt thereof, soon sleep in quiet. Oh, how my heart implores to hear him named and cannot come to him, to wreak the love that I bore my cousin upon the body that hath slaughtered him.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man, but now I tell thee of joyful tidings, girl.
May come at a happy time. What are they, beseech your ladyship?
Well, thou hast a careful father, one who, to put me from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy that I looked not for.
What day is that?
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn. The gallant, young, and noble gentleman, the county heiress at St. Peter's Church, will happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste that I must wed, ere to me my husband comes to woo. I pray you tell my lord and my father, madam, that I will not marry yet, and when I do, it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
Now, a conduit girl. What, still in tears? Evermore showering? And what a little body that counterfeits a bark, a sea, a wind, for still thy eyes which I may call the sea do ebb and flow with tears. How now, wife, have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she takes none. She gives us thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
Soft, take me with you, wife. How will she none? Is she not proud? Does she not give thanks? Does she not count her blessed unworthy as she is, that we have brought so worthy a gentleman to be her bride?
Not proud that you have, but thankful that you have. Proud that I can never be of what I hate, and thankful for hate that is meant love.
How? Chopped logic, what is this? Proud, and I thank you, and I thank you not, and yet not proud. Mistress Minion, you thank me, no thanking, so proud me, no proud. So settle your fine joints against Thursday to go in Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee in a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness carrier, and out, you baggage, you tallow face!
Fine, what, are you mad? Good father, I beseech you on my knees. Hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage, disobedient wretch. I'll tell thee what, get thee to church on Thursday and ever after. Look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. My finger stitch. Wife, please scarce let us bless that God lent us but this only child. But now I see this one is one too many, and that we have a curse in having her out on her Hildy.
Heaven bless her, you are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
And why, my lady wisdom, hold your tongue, smatter with their gossips, go.
Speak no treason, may not one speak.
Peace, you mumbling fool. Utter your gravity over gossip's bull, for here we need it not.
You are too hot.
Oh, God's bread, it makes me mad. Day, night, hour, tide, time, work, play. Still my care hath been to have her provided with a gentleman of noble parentage. And now having provided one, to have a wretched, puling fool crying in her mammoth, whining, I will not wed, I am too young, I pray you, pardon me, but mistress, pardon me, and I shall pardon you. Grace where you will, you shall not house with me. Look to it, think on it, Thursday is near.
the bottom of my grief? Sweet mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week. Your owls not make my bridal bed in the dim monument where Tybalt
Talk
lies.
not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
God, how shall this be prevented? My faith is in heaven, my husband is on earth. How shall that faith return again to earth, lest my husband sent it to me from heaven by leaving earth? Comfort me, counsel me. Is there not a word of joy? Some comfort, nurse.
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world to nothing that he dares never come back to challenge you. Or if he does, it must needs be by stealth. Then, since the case stands as now doth, I think you best marry with the county. Oh, he is a lovely gentleman. Romeo is a dishcloth to him. An eagle, madam, hath not so quick, so fair, so green an eye as fares him. Oh, sure, my very heart, I think you are happy in this second match, for it excels your first. Or if it not, your first is dead. Not as good as here. As being here, you have no use of it.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
And my soul too. Else beshrew them both.
Amen. What? Well, thou hast comforted me a marvelous much. Go in and tell my lady mother that I am God, having displeased my father's lords, is so to make confession and to be absolved.
Mary, I will. And this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation! Almost wicked fiend, is it more sin to which me thus forsworn? Or to dispraise my Lord with that same tongue which he hath praised him above compare so many thousand times before? Go, counselor. Thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. How towards himself and of his remedy? Thou hast spared? Myself have the power to die.
On Thursday, sir, the time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so, and I'm nothing slow to slake his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. What even is the course? I like it not.
Moderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have I little talk of her. For Venus smiles now in the house of tears. Sir, her father counts it dangerous that she do give her sorrows so much sway, and it is wisdom, haste her age, to stop the inundation of her tears.
But I do not know it should be slow. Look, sir, here comes the lady towards myself.
Oh, happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I make your wife.
That maybe must be love on Thursday next.
What must shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make confession to this father?
To answer to that, I shall confess to you.
Do not deny to him that you love him.
I shall confess to you that I love him.
So you will, I'm sure, that you love me.
That would be more words spoke behind your back to your face.
Poor soul. My face is much abused with tears.
Tears have got a small victory by that crew, is that enough before this time?
Thou wrongest him more than tears without report.
That is no slander, it is the truth. speak, I speak it to my face.
The face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
For that may be true, it is not mine own. Lord Falcon, will you at leisure now, or shall I come to see you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter, now. My lord must entreat for the time alone.
God shield, should I disturb devotion. Juliet. On Thursday early will I lesson. Till then, adieu, and keep this holy peace.
Oh, hell
Come weep with me, past hope, past care, and past help.
I already know well thy grief, Juliet. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it on Thursday next be married to this count.
Tell me not, friar, that thou hearest of this unless thou can tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou can give me no help, do call my resolution wise, and with this knife I will help it presently.
Hold, daughter, I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate an execution as that which you would prevent. If rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing of life death to chide away this shame. I'll give thee remedy.
Bid me leap, rather than marry Paris, off of the battlements of any tower, or lurk, or serpents fly, or walk in thievish ways, and I will do so without fear, or doubt to live an unstained life to my sweet love.
Hold then. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night look that thou lie alone. Let not the nurse lie with thee in thy bed. Take thou this vial. Being then in bed, this distilling liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy fume. For no pulse shall keep his native progress, but sure cease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. This shall continue 42 hours, and then thou shalt awake, as from a pleasant sleep. When the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then, as manner of our country is, in thy best robes, thou shalt be born to the same ancient oath will all kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift. Hither shall they come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that same night shall he bear thee hence to Mantua. This shall free thee from this present shame.
Tell me not of fear.
Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed with letters to thy lord.
Love give me strength, and strength shall help me perform. Farewell.
See where she comes from, ship with merry look.
Now my headstrong word, Gadi.
To repent me the sins of disobedient opposition, to bring your behests I am enjoyed by holy lords to fall prostrate here. To beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you, henceforth I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the county. Go tell him of this. I'll have this knotted up tomorrow morning.
I met with the youthful lord at Lawrence's cell. I gave him what love become by might, not simply the bands of love.
Why, I'm glad of it. Well, stand up. This is how it should be. Now, before God, this holy reverend friar our whole city is much bound to.
Nurse, will you go with me into my closet to help me search such needful ornaments as you see fit to furnish me tomorrow?
No, not till Thursday. There's time enough.
Go, nurse. Go with her. We'll to church tomorrow.
Gentle nurse, pray thee leave me to myself tonight. For I have need of many orisons to move the heavens to smile upon my state, which thou knowest is cross and full of sin. Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have great cold. Fear thrills through my veins and almost heats up the course of life. I will call them back to comfort me. Nurse! What should she do here? The dismal scene needs I must act alone. And while what if this shall not work? Will I then be married tomorrow morning? No, no, this shall forbid it. Lie thou there. What if this be poison? But the friar had suddenly ministered to have me dead. Dishonored he should be that he married me before to Romeo. I fear his. Yet methinks it should not, for he hath still been tried a holy man. Alack. Here is drink. I'll drink to thee.
Mistress!
Yes?
Mistress, what Juliet fast I warned her she. Why, lamb, my lady, slugabut, my love I say, madam, sweetheart, what bride, what not a word? Sleep for the next week, for the next night I warrant the count he has set up his rest that you shall rest so little. Oh, God forgive me. Mary and amen. Some shades asleep. I must shades wake her. Madam! 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 I let the county take you in your bed. He'll fright you up, I think, will it not be? What? Dressed and in your clothes and down again. I must needs wake you, madam! Lady! Lady! Lady? What? No! No! My lady is dead! My life! My lady!
What noise is here?
Oh, lamentable day!
What is the matter?
Look, what are you doing? Oh, my child! My only life. Revive, look up, or I will die with thee. Help! Help! Call help!
For shame, bring Juliet forth, the Lord is come.
She's dead! She's dead! Lord, the day she's dead! She's dead! She's dead!
You see her? She's cold. Blood is settled and her joints are stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies upon her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field. Death, that has taken her hence to make me will, ties up my tongue and will not let me speak.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. Oh, son, the night before thy wedding day, hath death lain with thy wife. There she lies, flower as she was deflowered by him. Death is my son-in-law. Death is my heir. My daughter he hath wedded. I will die and leave all things to him. Life, living, all his deaths.
I felt long to see this morning's face. And doth it give me such a sight as this?
Cursed, wretched, hateful day! Most miserable hour that e'er time saw in lasting labor of this pilgrimage. One poor and loving child. Would one think to rejoice and solace in a cruel death that catched it from my sight? One day, one most lamentable day, most loathsome day that I ever did get home. Day, oh hateful day. I've never seen such a black day as this.
Beguiled, divorced, long spited, slain. Most detestable death by thee beguiled. By cruel, cruel thing born of the throat. Love life. Not blame. Beloved death.
Spies, distress, hate, martyred, killed. Oh, uncomfortable time. Why choosest thou now, to murder our solemnity? My child, my soul, and not my child. Dead art thou. Black. My child is dead, and with my child, what joys are buried.
Peace, hope, for shame. Confusion sure was not these confusions. Heaven and yourself have part in this fair maid, now heaven hath all, and all the better it is for the maid. Your partner could not keep her from death, but heaven keeps his part and eternal life. The most we sought was her promotion, for it was your heaven she should be advanced. And we miss you now, seeing she's advanced above the clouds as high as heaven itself. And loving like this, you love your daughter ill. You will drive yourselves mad, seeing that she is well. Come, dry her tears, and stick your rosemary on his fair corpse, and, as custom is, spare her church. For though fond nature bids us all lament, yet nature's tears are reason's bearing.
All things we ordained festival turn from their office to black funeral. Our instruments to melancholy bells, our wedding cheers to a sad burial feast, our solemn hymns to solemn dirges, and our bridal flowers serve for a varied course, and all things change them to the contrary.
Sir, go you in. And madam, go too. And go you, Sir Paris. Everyone prepare to follow this fair course up in her grave.
I may trust the ever-flattering truth of sleep. My dreams do presage some joyful news at hand. I dreamt that my love came and found me dead. Strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think, and breathes such life into my breath that I was revived and was an emperor. Not me. How sweet is love itself possessed when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. News from Verona? How now, Balthazar? Dost thou have any letters for me from the friar? How is my love? Is my father well? How about my Juliet? For nothing can be ill if she be well.
When she be well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Cabell's monument, and her moral heart with angel love lives. I saw her lay low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell you, oh, pardon me, bringing these ill news, since you did leave it for my office, sir.
Is it even so? And I deny you stars! Thou knowest my logic. Go get me ink and paper and hire post horses I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Thus thou art deceived. Go, do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters for me from the first?
Yes, no, my lord.
Come back. Go, hire those horses that will be with thee straight. mischief. Thou art swift to enter the minds of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary. Hereabouts he dwells, which late I noted in tattered weeds, overwhelming brows, colons of simples. That if any man should need a poison now, whose present sale is death in Mantua, there's a caitiff wretch that would sell it. Same thought before on my need, that same needy man would sell it me. What ho, apothecary?
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man, I see that thou art poor. Hold here is 40 ducats. Give to me a dram of poison, one whose soon speedy gear will disperse itself through all the veins, so that the life-weary taker may fall dead.
Such moral joke I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
So bare and full of wretchedness and fear to die? Famine is in thy cheeks, need and oppression hangs upon thy back, contempt and beggary. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich, so be not poor and break it.
My believe and not my will consent.
Be thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it all. And if you have the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
Use thy money. Worse poison to men's souls, doing more murder in this loathsome world than these poor compounds thou mayest not sell. I have sold thee poison. You have sold me none. But give thyself in the flesh. Come cordial, not poison. Juliet's great. Therefore must I use thee.
Holy Franciscan Friar, Brother Ho.
Same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or, if his mind be writ, give me his letter.
Born and founded therefore further out, verbal word, associate me, and the city visiting the sick. Finding him who searches of the town, suspecting we are in a house where the infectious pestilence would reign, sealed up the doors and not let us forth, so that my speech Mantua will stay.
Who then bore my letter to Romeo?
Could not see. Here it is again. Nor did the messenger bring it forth. So fearful they were of infection.
By my brotherhood, this letter was not nice, but full of charge of dear import. Neglecting it may do much danger. Friar John, fetch an iron crow and bring it straight unto myself.
Let all go and bring it thee.
And this for the monument alone. Within this 3 hours, will fair Juliet wake. She will beshew me much that Romeo has no notice of these accidents. But I'll write again to Mantua. Meantime, I'll keep her at myself. Or a living corpse close to the dead man's tomb.
Sweet flower, with flowers like my blood strew. Oh, thy canopy is dust and stone, which with sweet water night will I do. For wanting that, with tears to still my lungs. The obsequies that I for thee will keep, nightly shall be distrewed with thy grave and deep. This way! Something doth approach. What cursed foe wanders this way tonight, to cross my obsequies and true love's right? What? The torch? Muffle me night a while.
Hold. Take thou this letter. In the morning see that thou deliver it to my lord and father. I charge thee at thy life, whatever thou seest or hearest, stand all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course. The reason I descend into this bed of death is partly to behold my lover's face, but chiefly to take hence from her finger a precious ring, one that I must use in dear employment. Go hence, be gone.
Now be gone, not shall we.
Thou that hast shown me friendship, take thou that. Live and be prosperous, good fellow. Detestable moth, womb of death gorged with the dearest morsel of the earth. O cram thy rotten jaws open, and in this Bible cram thee with more food.
This is that banished haunting Montague that murdered my lost cousin, which with grief it is supposed to bear creature died, and here has come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop! Thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague! Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die!
Indeed I must. Therefore came I hither. Good, gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man, but fly hence and leave me. Let them affright thee. I beseech the youth, but not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. By heaven, I love thee better than I love myself, for I came here armed against myself. Go, be gone, and hereafter say a madman's mercy bid thee run away.
I too defy thy commendation, and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Thou provoke me. Have at thee, boy.
Oh, Lord, we fight! What?
Oh! 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 I'm slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb. Lay me with Juliet.
Let me peruse his face. Mercutio's kinsman, noble County Paris. What was it my man said as my betrothed soul did not attend him as we rode? I believe he said that Paris should have married Juliet. Said he not so? Or did I dream it so? Or am I mad hearing him talk of Juliet to think that it was so? Give me thy hand. One writ with mine in sour misfortune's book. I will bury thee in a triumphant grave. A grave? No. A lantern. Slaughtered youth, for here lies Juliet. A beauty making this vault of feasting presence full of light. If lie thou there, or dead man interred. Oft when men are at the point of death that they've been married. So the keepers call a lightning before death. May I call this a lightning? My love, my wife. Death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered. Beauty's ensign is still crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag hath not advanced there. Juliet, why art thou so fair? Am I to believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean abhorred monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? Eyes, take your last. Arms, take your last embrace. Lips, the doorways of breath seal with a righteous kiss a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavory guide. Now at once lead on the dashing rocks thy seasick weary bark. Here's my love. Oh, true apothecary. Thy drugs are quick. And thus with a kiss, I die.
St. Francis, be my speed. How often I and my old feet stumble at graves. Who's there?
Here's one. A friend. One that knows you well.
Must be a bond of friend. Tell me, what torch vainly lends its light to rugs and eyeless skulls, as I discern it burneth in the capel's monument?
Dost thou hold, sir? Where's my master? One that you love.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long hath he been there?
Full half an hour.
Oh, go with me to the vault.
I dare not, sir. My master knows not that I am gone hence, and did fearfully menace me with death if I were to stay and look on his intents.
Stay then. I'll go alone. Fear comes over me, how much I fear some ill and thrifty thing.
As I slept under this yew tree here, I dreamt that my master and another had fought, and that my master had slew him.
Romeo? Black with lettuces which stains the stony entrance of the sepulchre. What mean these masterless and gory swords to lie by this place of peace? Romeo, oh pay. Who else? What, in Paris too? What an unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance. The lady stirs.
Where's I do know well where I should be, and here I am. Where's my Romeo?
I hear noise. Lady, come from that nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. A greater power than we can contradict unthwarted our intents. Thy husband there in thy bosom lies dead. From Paris too. Come, I'll dispose of thee among a sister of holy nuns. Lady, stay not the question, for the watch is coming. I dare no longer stay.
Go. Get thee hence, I will not away. Here. A couple of books in my toothbrush hair. Poison, I see how this time must end. The child broke all and left no friendly drop to help me out. Lucas, happily some poison left off. Hang on there. Help me die with the restorative. Silence for a moment.
Wait.
Shall we breathe? Oh, help me, dagger. This is thy sheath. You may rest. Never die.
Beautiful sight. There lies the county slain and Juliet bleeding, who here I claim to be buried. We see the ground running as those who lie in the true ground of like committees, without circumstance described.
Here's Romeo's man.
Hold him in safety till the prince goes in.
He was a friar that trembled sighs and weeps. He was coming from his churchyard side.
I have great suspicion. Say the friar.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning rest?
What should it be that is so shrieked abroad?
People in the street cry Romeo, some Juliet, and some Paris, and all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies the county slain, and Romeo dead and Juliet dead. Four men are killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Here is a friar and slaughtered Romeo's man.
Heavens, why? Oh, look how my daughter bleeds. This dagger I've mistaken for low. His house is empty on the back of this Montague and is sheathed in my daughter's bosom.
Me, the sight of death is as a bell. Warns my old age to a sepulchre.
Come, Montague. Thou art early up to see thy son and heir moving down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of my son's exile have stopped her breath. What further woes conspires against my age?
Look, thou shalt see.
Thou art taught! What manner is this? To press thy father to a grave?
Silence the mouth of outrage for a while, so we can clear up these ambiguities and know their spring, their head, their true descent. Then will I be the general of your woes and lead you even to death. Meantime, forbear. Let this chance be slain to patience. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I am the greatest, able to do the least, yet most suspected, as the time and place doth make against me of this direful murder. And so I stand here both to purge myself condemned and myself excused.
And say at once what thou dost know in this.
I will be brief, for I am not so short of breath as is the tedious tale. That Romeo, their dead, was husband to Juliet, and that Juliet led Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from the city, for whom and not for Tybalt Juliet died. Huge removed the seat of grief from her, betrothed and would have married her perforce to county Paris. Then she comes to me and with wild looks bid me devise some means to rid her of the second marriage, or there myself she would kill herself. Then I gave her, as is tutored by my art, a sleeping potion, which took effect as I intended. It brought only the form of death. Meanwhile, I writ to Romeo that hither should he come, this being the direful night the potion's force should cease. But he who bore my letter, Friar John, who stayed by accident, and yesternight returned my letter back. I came to the monument alone, but someone ere the time of her waking, here lie the noble Paris and true Romeo dead. I bid her come forth and bear this work of heaven with patience, but she would not go with me. And as it seems, did violence on herself. All this I know. And to the marriage her nurse is privy, and if aught in this miscarried by my fault, then let my own life be sacrificed some hour before his time unto the rigor of severest law.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's man? Let's hear you say to us.
I brought my master news of Juliet's death, and then I post-taken from Angela to the same place, the same monument. This letter merely bid me give his father, and threatened me that, going to the vault, I depart not to stay to watch.
Give me the letter. I will look on it. This letter doth make good the friar's words. The course of love, the tidings of her death. And here he writes that he did by poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die, lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate. That heaven seeks the means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking your discords, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
Brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's righteous birth. No more can I demand. I can give thee more, for I will make a statue of pure gold that while Rome the name is known, There shall no figure such rape be set. Is true of thing. As rich shall Romeo's finest lady's life. Poor sacrifices of our enmity.
A gloomy peace this morning with it burning. The sun, for sorrow, will not show its head. Go hence. Have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned. Others punished. For never was there story of more woe. This